we need to talk about one of the most painful, private questions a parent can face. And that is, why does my child's face light up for a screen, but not always for me? You know the moment I'm talking about, don't you? You're right there, you're trying to connect, and then a screen pops up. And just like that, you watch their face change. The flatness just lifts. They wake up, and you realize, with this quiet little sting, that the thing that just sparked that light, it wasn't you. And most of us, we try to file that moment away. But later, maybe when it's late at night, it sharpens into this really painful question, why did they prefer it to me? And then, even quieter, you get to the real fear underneath it all. What does that say about me as a parent? What does it say about our relationship? Well, this is about answering that real question. So before we get into any of the science, let's just name what's actually going on here. That feeling, watching your child come alive for a rectangle of glass, that is a legitimate form of grief. I want you to hear that. It is not an overreaction. It's the totally natural response of a loving parent who feels like they might be losing something incredibly precious. Okay, so the first thing to really get your head around is that this isn't a fair fight. You're in a competition, but it's not just with a screen. It's with a multi-billion-dollar system designed by whole armies of engineers and behavioral psychologists. See, every human brain, and that includes your child's, has something called a reward system. It's this ancient, really powerful part of our wiring that is designed to seek out new and stimulating things. This is not a malfunction in your kid. It's the system working exactly as it was designed to over hundreds of thousands of years. It's a feature, not a bug. And here is exactly how modern platforms intentionally hijack that system. The infinite scroll, the notifications that are timed for the precise moment you might get bored, those variable rewards, none of these are accidents. They are precision-engineered tools with one job and one job only, to capture and hold your child's reward system. So this is the most crucial point right here. You were never, ever supposed to win this competition on the screen's terms. And that's not because you are interesting enough or loving enough. It's because you are not a piece of technology. You're a person. You don't have a team of scientists optimizing the timing of your smiles, and you shouldn't have to. All right, let's get to the most important part of his whole explainer. This is the part that I think changes everything. We've been talking all about the reward system, but guess what? That's only half the story. There's another, completely different system at play. Just think of it like this. On one hand, you have the reward system. It's triggered by novelty, like screens. It's loud, it's visible, it's that lit up face we talked about. But then you have the attachment system, and that is triggered by you, by your presence. And it's quiet, it's deep, and it looks totally different. The problem is, for all this time, you've been measuring your success against the wrong system. I want you to let this sink in for a second. The preference you see for the screen, that's a surface-level behavior. It's a response to a really powerful stimulus. But the attachment, the deep foundational bond between you and your child, that is not behavioral. It runs so much deeper. The attachment system, it shows up in these quiet, almost invisible signals. It's that quick glance they shoot your way across the room when they're not sure about something. It's the fact that they still come to you when something is truly scary, not just when they're bored. It's how the actual energy in their body subtly changes just because you walked into the room. Their nervous system is still oriented toward you, even when their eyes are not. Okay, so we get the mechanism now, but what do we actually do? Especially with all the guilt that so many of us feel. Well, let's take that guilt and redirect it into one simple but really powerful action. Now, there's a fair objection here, right? Wait a minute, I'm the one who gave them the device in the first place, so this is still my responsibility. And you're right, it is. But understanding the neuroscience here doesn't remove your responsibility, it just redirects it. The question changes from, why did I fail, to, okay, now that I understand this, what's my next move? So here it is, the one thing. This isn't a new set of rules, it's not a big confrontation, it's just this. Be physically near them, without an agenda. Don't ask for eye contact, don't try to start a conversation, just exist in the same space. Read your own book, fold some laundry, just be there. And here's why this works so beautifully. You're not trying to compete with the screen for the reward system's attention. You're not even playing that game. Instead, you're speaking directly to the attachment system. On a deep, unconscious level, their nervous system registers your presence. Their brain is literally built to track the proximity of the people who matter most. You are one of those people. The screen is not. And all of this leads to one final huge shift in perspective. It's about understanding the difference between the moment and the meaning. If you take one thing away from our time together, please let it be this. The screen, with all of its brilliant engineering, wins the moment. It captures the immediate attention. But you are still the meaning. You are the anchor, the safe harbor, the person their nervous system is fundamentally built to connect with long after the battery has died. So the goal here was never to deliver some kind of verdict on your parenting. It was about giving you a mechanism, a way to understand what's actually happening. My hope is you're not leaving here with a wound of guilt, but with a new direction, a new way to see the situation and your absolutely vital place in it. The child underneath that screen, the one who is still oriented toward you in all the ways that truly matter, is waiting. They're waiting for the parent who understands what's really going on. You came here looking for an answer to a really hard question. You didn't look away, now keep going.